Today we are here once again. Welcome to all of you. We are here to celebrate and discuss about yet another very important topic about inner wheel tobacco marshals. ये एक ऐसा प्रोग्राम है जो स्टार्ट हुआ डिस्ट्रिक्ट 310 से, इनर व्हील डिस्ट्रिक्ट 310 से, और अब आगे धीरे धीरे बढ़ते हुए जा रहा है एक नई बुलंदियों की तरफ, एक नई ऊंचाई की तरफ। और हमारे साथ आज जुड़ रहे हैं 5 और नए डिस्ट्रिक्ट, और मेन लीड ले रहे हैं हमारे साथ डॉक्टर सतिंदर निज्जर के नेतृत्व में, 307 के नेतृत्व में, to take this project ahead and create more tobacco marshals who can really save the youth from the rising menace tobacco in the country. हम जानते हैं कि धूम्रपान और स्मोकलेस टोबैको यूज किस प्रकार से हमारे युवाओं को पीड़ित कर रहा है। वेपिंग जो ई सिगरेट के माध्यम से आज के टीनेजर्स और युवाओं में प्रचलित है, उसे किस हिसाब से नियंत्रित रूप से लिया जाए, इस बारे में आज हम। अब मैं बुलाना चाहूंगी हमारी जो डीसी है, डिस्ट्रिक्ट चेयरपर्सन डॉक्टर सतिंदर निज्जर मैम की मीटिंग को बुलाएं। लेट द मीटिंग बी कॉल्ड टू ऑर्डर।
So myself, Dr. Satinder Nijjar, District Chairman 307. I call the meeting to order.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Next, I invite the Inner Wheel Secretary to kindly initiate the collar ceremony. Thank you so much, ma'am. And अब हम मूव करते हैं हमारे डिजिटल लैंप लाइटिंग की तरफ। हमारे सारे डिग्निटरीज हमारे साथ हैं।
कल्याणम आरोग्यम धन संपदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम आरोग्यं धन संपदः शत्रुबुद्धि विनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते कुरुत्वं कल्याणम आरोग्यं धन संपदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम आरोग्यं धन संपदः।
और अब हम बढ़ते हैं इनर व्हील प्रेयर की तरफ, जिन्होंने इनर व्हील प्रेयर विल बी डन बाय मिसेस मीना चंदे, प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इनर व्हील क्लब ऑफ बटाला।
चित्र बाप के सत्य अर्थ को हम सब में है, ईश्वर वर दो, हम सब ही हैं तेरे बालक, भूले ना ये इतना कर दो, धर्म और संस्कृति वेदों का मन में नहीं स्थान रहे, सभी मानवों की सेवा का हमें सदा ही ध्यान रहे, आवश्यकता हमें मदद की हो सकती ये याद रहे, सेवा करने की जरूरतें जहाँ कहीं भी आन पड़े, सेवा करने को सब जन की तत्पर हम सब डटे रहें, इनर व्हील की शान बढ़ाएं, ये वर हमें प्रदान करो, मानव जीवन व्यर्थ न जाए, प्रभु ये कृपा प्रदान करो।
I'm very happy and delighted to introduce you to the guests of the evening. We have Dr. Satinder Nijjar, District Chairperson, District Chairman from Inner Wheel District 307, Dr. Surjit Kaur, Chief Guest for the evening, Association President and National Representative, Mrs. Sonal, Bhatia, Guest of Honor, AC Member of Inner Wheel District 310, and Dr. Pawan, Gupta, Director of Head and Neck Oncology from Max Institute of Cancer Care and founder of ICanCaRe, as a chief speaker today with us in the evening. I also acknowledge the presence of our esteemed district chairperson from other districts, DC Rita Jha from District 325, DC Veena Harsh from District 319, DC Renu Agarwal from District 311, DC Leena Chandwani from District 315, Mrs. Veena, Swamy, National Editor of 2021-22, and DC Dr.P. Shri Madhavi Devi from District 316. With this, I am also privileged to introduce you our team ICanCaRe. We have Dr. Veena, she's Academic Director handling all the certificate programs back to session. Rita Jha District, the Director and Technical Head and CEO of ICanCaRe, and myself, the host for the evening, Shruti, the Chief Strategic Officer and also co-founder at ICanCaRe. ICanCaRe में हमने एक मुहिम चलाई है, सेव द यूथ कैंपेन, जिसका मेन एम यही है कि हम युवाओं को उसमें जागरूक हो रहे टोबैको, धूम्रपान, किसी प्रकार का वेपिंग से निजात दिलाएं, इंश्योर करें कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोग इस हैबिट को ना अडॉप्ट करें, इस नशे की ओर ना बढ़े, बिकॉज टोबैको इज गेटवे टू अदर ड्रग्स। सो हमारा मेन उद्देश्य जो है 4 मेन वर्टिकल्स में स्थित है, विच इज सेंसिटाइजेशन, जहाँ पे हम अवेयरनेस कैंपेन्स करते हैं, असिस्टेंस जहाँ पे मदद करते हैं थ्रू डेटा ड्रिवन प्रोटोकॉल, एंड ऑल्सो ट्रैक एंड मॉनिटर विद वेरी हाई सक्सेस रेट ऑफ सेशन स्टैंडिंग एट 90%. वॉलंटियर ट्रेनिंग जहाँ पे कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग कर रहे हैं, जहाँ पे डॉक्टरों के माध्यम से सेसेशन के प्रोटोकॉल को आगे बढ़ाया जा रहा है, महिलाओं के माध्यम से टोबैको मार्शल्स के ये के माध्यम से समाज में जागरूकता लाई जा रही है, ग्रास रूट लेवल पे काम किया जा रहा है एंड एनफोर्समेंट किया जा रहा है इन्हीं सभी के हेल्प के थ्रू, इन्हीं के नेटवर्क के थ्रू, ताकि WHO ने जो एम्पावर स्थित किया है उस चीज को हम लागू कर पाए, इंडिया में एनफोर्समेंट ला पाए, ताकि ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोग इस चीज से निजात पा सकें। ये हमारे पूरी एंटायर एक्टिविटीज है. सो वी हैव न्यूमरस थिंग्स गोइंग ऑन अंडर द ईच ऑफ दीज वर्टिकल्स एंड वी हैव lot of effort and work done in the A and B area, where यहाँ पे हमने एक data driven और actually implementable एक scalable protocol design किया है, जिसके तहत ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों को टोबैको स्मोकिंग एंड वेपिंग से निजात दिलाया जा सके, उन्हें पीड़ाओं से बचाया जा सके, एट द सेम टाइम बहुत सारी हेल्प उनको सेल्फ हेल्प रिसोर्सेज के थ्रू और वेरियस पैम्फलेट्स के थ्रू एडुकेशन प्रोवाइड किया जा सके, ताकि वो अपने सोसाइटी में, अपने कम्युनिटी में इस चीज को आगे फैला सके, लेके जा सके. दिस इज द ICanCaRe अकेडमी, जहाँ पे हम 4 प्रकार के ट्रेनिंग्स दे रहे हैं. जो 2 ट्रेनिंग है हमारा एम्बेसडर एंड स्पेशलिस्ट प्रोग्राम, ये गुजरात यूनिवर्सिटी का एक्रेडिटेड प्रोग्राम है, ये सर्टिफिकेट प्रोग्राम है. मार्शल इज वन ऑफ आवर सिग्नेचर प्रोग्राम, जहाँ पे exactly grassroots level पे with different communities, with NSS workers, women, teachers, students, volunteers, college students, professionals के माध्यम से उनके एरिया में, उनके रीजन में जागरूकता लाई जा रही है, फैलाई जा रही है. Of course, volunteers are those who can really help us to scale up, ensure that the network is there and visibility create कर पाए, ताकि ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोग टोबैको के खिलाफ आवाज उठा सके और प्रेरणा ले सकें कि हमें इस हैबिट में नहीं जाना है. इसी के साथ अब मैं जो है इंट्रोड्यूस करना चाहूंगी हमारी डिस्ट्रिक्ट चेयरपर्सन को, और बिफोर इंट्रोडक्शन में 2 शब्द कहना चाहूंगी उनके लिए कि सुनकर कोई अनसुना कह दे, ऐसे इनकी आवाज नहीं, किसी महफिल में खो जाए, ऐसे इनके अंदाज नहीं, मिलकर कोई इन्हें भूल जाए, ऐसे इनके स्वभाव नहीं, सूर्य की तरह चमकती है हमारी अतिथि महोदया, किसी रोशनी या किसी इंट्रोडक्शन की मोहताज नहीं. फिर भी एज अ फॉर्मेलिटी मैं आप सभी को बता दूं कि हमारी जो host for the evening, Dr. Satinder Nijjar. She's a obstetrician and gynecologist, and from Government Medical College Amritsar, was a medal holder and best postwoman, very energetic and very dynamic and a versatile person. Married to Dr. Satnam Singh Nijjar, who's a surgical specialist himself. She has a very deep interest in holistic quality education, has been running schools in the name of Woodstock Public School and Wood Blossom School in Batala, also in a special school for special children. 5 years, very active member and an enthusiastic member of Hospital Welfare Red Cross Society Gurdaspur. Was awarded with Rashtriya Gaurav Award, Vikas Ratan Award from Friendship Society of New Delhi, and Gold Medal for her extraordinary work. She joined the INNERWHEEL Club of Batala in 1996 and became the president twice. Got Outstanding President's Award, Best Secretary and Best ISO Award. As a president, she founded the INNERWHEEL Club of Patti, a very vibrant club doing novel work. With this, she also started the Green Marathons and Nukkad Nataks, which worked in numerous areas, creating awareness about pollution, about firecrackers before pre-Diwali celebration. She was also the district ISO, held Sambhavna car rally for the Naujawans. As district secretary, she organized walkathon during COVID to motivate people to stay healthy. More than 500 members participated in this initiative and collected the highest fund ever in the district. Smartphones were given to bright orphan girls for education, and under her leadership and vision, numerous medical camps and seminars have been organized to create awareness about health, cancer, pollution, drug abuse, and eye donation. Our motto in life is very simple: work hard in silence and let the success make noise. With this, I invite ma'am for her welcome address.
Thank you, Shruti, for such kind and nice words. So, INNERWHEEL Club President Leena Chandwani, Chief guest of today, Dr. Surjit, Kaur, Association President. Guest of honor, Sonal Bhatia, AC member, and keynote speaker, Dr. Pawan Gupta, who is director of M.Ch Hospital and a founder of the ICanCaRe, and is a master trainer to tobacco marshals. And I have my batchmates Rita, Vinutha, Renu, Leela, Madhavi, and past national editor Veena, Swamy, So, and there are many more who have joined later. All the PDCs of District 307 or from any district, my district executive team, and all the members of INNERWHEEL from all the districts who have joined, I render you a very, very warm welcome and healthy and cheerful greetings to you all. So, Dr. Surjit, we always say our Dr. Surjit because she belongs to us, she's from our district, but of course she's an association president. और उनके बारे में मैं कहना चाहूंगी कि तरक्कियों की दौड़ में उसी का जोर चल गया, बनाकर रास्ता मुश्किलों के बीचों बीच जो भीड़ से निकल गया. My heartiest welcome to Chief Guest of today, Dr. Surjit, Association President, who is a shining star of our district. You have clear vision backed by definite plans, which gives you a tremendous feeling of confidence and personal power. Being AP has opened up your wings to fly to soaring heights and take society to a more meaningful and peaceful settle to the medical world of INNERWHEEL. Your enthusiasm and will to convert what you imagine, care of health of women and adolescent girls. You brought that into reality, which surely is a source of inspiration for all of us. You often say that we all have to turn available possibilities, resources, and dreams into opportunities to make this world a better place, and we all are capable of it. So you always give us strength and inspiration. And you say that healthy women are empowered women. I would like to just add one word, that healthy family is an empowered family, because if the man is drunkard or tobacco taker or drug addict or anything, then even if the woman is healthy, you cannot have that empowered family. And then very warm welcome to Sonal Bhatia, who really motivated me, who consistently motivated me that we must, and I really appreciate her efforts. She is gracious, strong-willed, determined, stylish, vibrant, and always exuding with energy, along with her killer smile. So Sonal, she says, some people dream the dream, some people live the dream, some people defend the dream, but she wants whole INNERWHEEL, Association of INNERWHEEL, all districts to collaborate and fulfill the dream of 10,000 tobacco marshals. So I'm so happy and proud of that we are also trying to move into that direction. And collaboration is better than coordinating or co-opt, because it is the trust which is involved in collaboration, and it is the trust which takes you forward. सोनल जी, सीढ़ियां उन्हीं को मुबारक जिनको छत पर जाना है, सीढ़ियां उन्हीं को मुबारक जिनको छत पर जाना है, जिनकी मंजिल आसमान है, उनको तो अपना रास्ता खुद ही बनाना है. And Dr. Pawan Gupta, Director Max Institute, and I am really surprised that an oncology surgeon, cancer surgeon, taking interest in that. When I first talked to him, I was just floored and impressed. He explained me everything in detail. But being a cancer surgeon, because you know, every cancer surgery takes 6 hours, 8 hours, and it's so taxing. And still, he has chosen this path because he cares for the society, he cares for the world around. And really, he explained me in such a detail that I also thought, once upon a time, I was thinking of starting a de-addiction center. I visited many centers, even the PGI center, but seeing that there are so many difficulties in starting a de-addiction according to the rules of the government, I dropped the idea. But this idea of tobacco marshals, This really impressed me, and I thought that this is a feasible process and we can really go forward. According to Dr. Gupta, according to Dr. Pawan, I expect to pass through this world but once. Any good that I can do, or any kindness I can show, let me do it now. Let me not deter or neglect it, for I shall not pass this way again. So even being so busy, he is doing all these things. उनका मानना है कि नई जमीन नया आकाश पैदा करो, नई जमीन नया आकाश पैदा करो, अपने मन में नया विश्वास पैदा करो। इनरव्हील की बहनों, आओ हमारे साथ मिलकर दूसरे के जीवन में नई उमंग पैदा करो। And with these words, I would like to welcome everyone, and then again, very hearty welcome to everyone, each and everyone present here. Thank you very much. And I acknowledge all the dignitaries from all over. I acknowledge them. Thank you very much. Over to Shruti.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I must say, what terrific words of inspiration. I'm sure when listening to all of your words, there's an ignition in everybody's mind, in everybody's thoughts. And yes, with this passion, with the same rigor, let us replicate and create this result and take it ahead to the entire country, to the entire Southeast Asia, to really make that difference and control tobacco to its core, to its root. This now I'm very much delighted and happy to call upon PDC Dr. Anita Bhadna to kindly introduce our chief guest for the evening, Dr. Surjit Kaur.
Thank you, Dr. Satinder Nijjar, my dear friend and chairman of district, INNERWHEEL District 307, for giving me the duty of introducing Dr. Surjit, one of my close friends. A doctor whose life's mission is to heal the sick and ailing, to give hope where all seems hopeless, to bring new life into the world and happiness to many. Dr. Surjit Kaur spent her early years in Jammu and Kashmir. Her father was a very highly respected officer in the armed forces. She did her senior Cambridge from Carmel Convent, Chandigarh, MBBS from Jammu and Kashmir, and post-graduation in anesthesia, obstetrics and gynecology. President of Indian Medical Association for 2 years. She worked in Punjab Civil Medical Services for 25 years at grassroots level. At present, she's an eminent gynecologist and runs a very prestigious multi-specialty hospital in Kapurthala. Actively involved in adult education in villages and microfinancing for village women. Holds free camps for menopausal women, free thyroid and bone density camps in her hospital for the past 20 years. She has helped several girls, ladies from slums, educated them much against the wishes of their men folk, gave them training in computers and jobs in the hospital. She has saved many cases of poisoning in the youth. In the times when gas geysers were much in use, she has saved people of gas poisoning. Such cases were not taken up by majority of private hospitals. She would always go to the rescue of her doctor, colleagues whenever they were in trouble with the patient. In the medical circle, she's famous for saving the life of a patient of cardiac arrest by giving her CPR, even though she has 8 months pregnant. Dr. Surjit Kaur is a life member of the Indian Medical Association and executive member of IMA Kapurthala. She's also the vice chairman of Prevention of Female Feticide Committee and life member of Indian Red Cross Society. Secretary of Federation of Obstetrics and Gynecology Society, India Kapurthala branch. Treasurer of Indian Menopause Society, Jalandhar region, and life member NARCHI, that is National Association of Reproductive and Child Health in India. She joined INNERWHEEL in 1999 as charter member of INNERWHEEL Club Kapurthala. She brought laurels to her club and was declared the best member in 2001-2002. She was president of IWC bubbling with energy and being an extremely person. She took part in all club projects and served on all executive posts. She is awarded Best President. Her club also received the Best Club Award during her year as president. Her work in breastfeeding promotion also got her the best project of the district. The club received a crash prize on rainwater harvesting, awarded Best Medical Project of the Year. She served as district chairman in 2011-12. She formed 2 new clubs and increased membership by 100. She organized district zonal meets on membership development and image building, past presidents meet, PDC meet during her year. She was the first to bring out a souvenir in her district. She also organized free medical camps during her year as chairman, and till day provides free medical help to the needy. She was also the chairman for the year for the very successful multi-district rally held at Amritsar. Elected national editor in 2018-19 and won many accolades from international IW editor for her excellent reporting. Released a book on projects done by all 27 districts, that is, Empower and Evolve, during the year, which was appreciated by all. She has attended National PDC Meet, several Tyner conferences, South Asia rallies, and IIW convention. She was also a scribe at the Triennial Conference 2019 at Pune. She was also the convener at the North Zone meet held at Jammu in 2019, when I was the district chairman. Leadership at the national level, she was elected Association Vice President in 21-22. And now she serves as your 47th President of the Association of INNERWHEEL Clubs in India for 22-23. She's the first from her district 307 to take up this prestigious post. She's charter member of Rotary Club. She's very active in Rotary Club also. She's charter member of Rotary Club Kapurthala, Elite, club president, assistant governor, district secretary, and district co-editor of RI District 3070. She's a Paul Harris Fellow and major donor. She has worked extensively for polio. As far her family is concerned, she's blessed with 2 sons. Her husband is past district governor, Dr. Surjit Singh, 1 daughter, and a very cute grandson also. Dr. Surjit strongly advocates empowerment of women and deeply concerned about other women-related issues. Positive health for women is her major focus. She believes that women must be healthy as a first step towards empowerment. She believes that INNERWHEEL is the vehicle through which our vision of an empowered woman can be transformed into reality. If all the INNERWHEEL members join hands to support and encourage women, it will build stronger communities. Together, we can help women and girls lift themselves and their families out of extreme backwardness and live healthier lives and reach their full potential. When girls and women are empowered, everyone wins. And when her potential is unleashed, she is a powerhouse of strength and energy that can't be crushed. And in INNERWHEEL, we all are working for the health of women, for the upliftment of women. And she's already doing a lot. And with these words, I welcome and I feel very happy that I have introduced our association president, Dr. Surjit Kaur. Thank you, Chairman Mrs. Satinder Nijjar and others.
So welcome here, Dr. Surjit. How everyone is so eager to listen from you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nijjar, for calling me today. I'm so happy to be in my district after being in so many webinars all over. After a long time, I've come back to my district. And thank you, Anita ji, for that generous introduction. Everybody must be knowing it by heart by now. And I think I'll take less time now so that we give maximum time to Dr. Pawan Gupta, whom everybody is waiting to listen to. Dear Club President, Veena of the host club, INNERWHEEL Club of Batala, host district chairman, Satinder Nijjar, guest of honor, AC member 310, Sonal Bhatia, all the batchmates of our TC. So many of them are here. So good to see you, Madhavi, Rita, Vinutha, Leela, Renu, and past national editor Veena Swamy. So good to see her. Dear EC members, guest speaker of the day, Dr. Pawan Gupta, our gracious PDCs from other districts, my dear members and members from other districts, and team ICanCaRe. It is such a pleasure to be in my own district, as I said, and now I'm so happy to see that there are, the chairman gets so many of her batchmates to attend these webinars. In other districts also, I've seen so many chairmen, they attend it, such a support also. Plus it is really good to see these joint efforts of everybody and there's so much involvement of others also. So I'm sure you all will benefit by today's deliberations, by the organizers here. And Sonal, in the AC meeting, first AC meeting we had in Kapurthala at Ramada, you gave a very elaborate account of the work done on this tobacco at large, so much of it. And now I'm so happy that you're here and again we can discuss all these things once again. Very nicely your reporting was, and I think much of your report was on this and a lot of work you had done on this in your year as the chairman. So as you all know that India is the second largest consumer of tobacco globally. It accounts for approximately 1/6 of world's tobacco-related deaths. Tobacco is a leading preventable cause of death, killing nearly 6 million people worldwide each year, and that is quite a bit. Now, this is an extremely preventable man-made disease. This epidemic should be our top priority. By becoming more aware of the devastating effects of tobacco, learning about the proven effective tobacco control measures, all the national programs, all these you are going to be updated today by Dr. Pawan and his team. So I'm so happy this is being taken up in Punjab also. This is a big health hazard. Now, use of tobacco products, as I said, is the most important preventable public health problem. This is where role of our organizations like us and, of course, Dr. Pawan is, as they say, is doing a lot of work. I would love to hear from him what all he has been doing and his team, of course. And smoking, what we in our OPD, as the gynecologist here would Dr. Satinder and anybody else here would agree that it really affects fertility. We have so many cases, decreased fertility in men, decreased semen volume, decreased count, decreased motility. So all these are causes of infertility. These are male causes and female also. So many problem is there in them also regarding fertility. Rest of the topics, I think Dr. Pawan would take up. And simple advice by health professionals also can be very helpful as they go. You will know the details of all that. I would not go into any more detail on that. And once again, I want to just share with you how happy I am that this subject is being taken up. There are so many in my goals, of course, as Dr. Satinder said, I have a lot of goals, health related goals. So in that, even recently we had a seminar organized by District 310 on legal problems. As I said, there are so many things we are not aware of. There are so many government schemes we are not aware of. So जिस चीज की हमें जानकारी ही नहीं है, वो हम दूसरों को तो नहीं बता सकते ना. We cannot tell the public. So it is very important that we have the awareness. So here the importance of all these webinars come in. There are so many legal things, even I don't know so many things, and neither you people. So you cannot tell the beneficiaries to ye aap avail karo. So same is going to be with today's topic. So I'll give over to the organizers. I'll not take too much time. So to begin with the rest of the proceedings, I'm sure you all are going to benefit a lot by today's proceedings. So all the best to you all. I might have to leave a little early. As long as I'm here, I'd love to listen to you all, and rest of it I will see in the recording. Thank you so much for having me here, and wish you all the best for very fruitful proceedings for today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I think such beautiful and power-packed words are really going to make the day. We're going to start the evening with a great start. और मैं एक थोड़ी सी चीज कहना चाहूंगी कि ये तो सच बात है कि आपके सर पर ताज नहीं, पर यहाँ बैठा ऐसा कौन नहीं जिसके दिल पर आपका राज नहीं। ये कहना गलत नहीं होगा कि आप ऐसी शख्सियत हैं जिसके व्यक्तित्व में साहस, संवेदना, विवेक, वेदना, संयम और प्रखरता की परिपूर्णता है, जिसके हृदय में भाव इस प्रकार छलकता है, जिसके विचार में साहस महकता है। और ऐसे व्यक्तित्व को हमारा सलाम है। हमारे पूरे देश की तरफ से हमारा ये मानना है, पूरे ICanCaRe टीम की तरफ से ये मानना है कि आपकी तरह क्रांतिकारी महिला की हमें बहुत आवश्यकता है, जो इस स्तर पे सामाजिक क्रांतिकारी ला सकती है, जो कि ना केवल युवाओं के हित में हो बल्कि पूरे प्रदेश के, पूरे देश भर के लोगों के हित में हो। Thank you so much for being here with us today, and thank you so much for making this a great program and a great and giving us such words of inspiration. We move ahead now, and I'm very pleased to introduce and talk about the movers and shakers, the entire conceptualization and implementation of the Tobacco Marshals program. Dr. Pawan Gupta, whom we know is an oncosurgeon, has been working massively in the tobacco control program, and the Mrs. Sonal Bhatia, the past district chairman of District 310, currently the AC member of the District 310. The entire program started way back on October 17, 2021, जहाँ पे ये हमने इनरव्हील के साथ मिल करके प्रोग्राम स्टार्ट किया था, मायावी रावण, जहाँ राम तो हारे अब पर अब सीता की है बारी। और उस सीता ने जो है ये बीड़ा उठाया, तंबाकूसुर को जो है उसका निधन करेंगे और इस तंबाकूसुर से हम निजात हासिल करेंगे। इसी के तहत उन्होंने जो है टारगेट 1000 ये प्रोजेक्ट स्टार्ट की टोबैको मार्शल्स की, और बड़ी उम्दा तरीके से केवल 5 महीनों के समय में इतने सारे मार्शल्स को, 1000 से भी ज्यादा मार्शल्स उन्होंने खड़ा कर दिए समाज में। कुछ छवियां मैं आपको दिखाने चाह रही हूँ आपके सामने। दिस इज वन ऑफ द ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम्स where 550 NCC girl cadets were trained as tobacco mini marshals live within the campus, and was extremely and laudably highlighted in the media, taken and reported by different media houses as to the kind of impact they have created in the society. ये जो लड़कियां हैं ये आगे अपने कम्युनिटी में, अपने समुदाय में इस मैसेज को आगे लेके जा रही है कि तंबाकू कितना हानिकारक है, और सही मेडिकेशन और सही सेवाओं और सही डॉक्टरों के गाइडेंस से ही इसे छोड़ा जा सकता है। This is a glimpse of the INNERWHEEL tobacco marshals from 2022 and few of the glimpses of the training program जो 8 बैचेस में 1000 लोगों को कंप्लीट किया गया है, और इन्होंने 100 से भी ज्यादा एक्टिविटीज की है with only one mission, that yes, we are dedicated, we are sincere, and we are motivated to fight this tobacco asur, and we're going to make a difference, and we're really going to make this happen. So छोटा सा मैं एक क्लिप आपके सामने रखना चाहूंगी। ये झलक है जो इन सभी महिलाओं ने मिल करके अपने रीजन में, अपने डिस्ट्रिक्ट में सामाजिक व्यक्तिगत दौर पे कोशिश की है कि वो ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों तक इस जागरूकता को ला सके, इसे फैला सके। फैंटास्टिक शुरुआत आई मस्ट से, और इसी के साथ अब मैं सोनल मैम को इनवाइट करना चाहूंगी। मैम जो है इज अ डेडिकेटेड सोशल एक्टिविस्ट and presently the association council member of INNERWHEEL at 31. She hails from Muradabad. During her tenure as a district chairperson, she personally took up this campaign for Save the Youth as a major event and has been laudably successful. We had a program, very major event on 22nd of June, where we had a lot of dignitaries. Ma'am is of course going to talk about it, where this program and her efforts were largely appreciated and applauded, especially by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, by Dr. Swamy. She has been very successful to create this powerful impact at grassroots level and show that yes, enforcement is possible, and women, especially empowered women, can create lots and lots of ripples and can bring about the change which we are looking for. She has been a passionate and versatile social activist and recognized as a Diamond Secretary during her tenure for extraordinary contribution for welfare activities and projects. During her presidentship, her club was awarded the Platinum Club, and also she received numerous awards, including 19 awards and 3 shields. She got DC Appreciation Award for Best 28 Projects. She has been the former district editor in 2016-17, and her hobbies include cooking, music, painting, traveling, interior decoration, and serving INNERWHEEL. Her mantra is life is be positive. With this, I invite ma'am to kindly take us through her thoughts and share her words with the audience.
Thank you, Shruti. Respected DC Dr. Satinder Nijjar ji, our sweet, down-to-earth, our association president and national representative, Dr. Kaur ji, district chairman 311 Renu Agarwal ji, district chairman 319 Veena ji, DC 325 Rita Jha ji, district chairman of 315 Leena Chandwani ji, district chairman of 316 Dr.P. Shri Madhavi Devi ji, our past national editor Veena Swamy ji, my batchmate, my elder sister, AC member Kaur ji, host club president, secretary, district executive committee, pillars of INNERWHEEL, our own PDCs, Dr. Pawan Gupta ji, presidents, secretaries, and all my dear INNERWHEEL friends, and my close to my heart, my ICanCaRe team. INNERWHEEL, naman to all of you. It is a fact that women coming forward can do anything. Today's woman is strong, independent, confident. She has power to see dreams and the strength to make them true. She joyfully, responsibly, gratefully faces the world. International INNERWHEEL is the largest women organization which always motivates society to make a better world on this earth. Smoke, tobacco cessation and control from the society is also some type of projects which has been very important at today's scenario, and as an INNERWHEEL member, I immediately took up this project. In 21-22, as a DC, I realized that knowledge regarding this social evil was inadequate to train and enlighten the youth how harmful tobacco is, as this tobacco is very dangerous and it has destroyed and lead most of our beautiful futures, our youth, our children, to early grave. Tobacco contains nicotine, an ingredient that leads to addiction, and youth get addicted to tobacco means getting addicted to failure, and that is destroying their beautiful future plans in life. So many our children are destroying because of this tobacco. With a single goal in my mind, helping people to quit tobacco is a great nation service, and to raise the voice against these tobacco industries, which is mainly attracting our youth, our children, mainly our children, they are attracting by adding flavors to tobacco and making it an enjoyable thing. Youth are attracted towards it by surrogate and misleading advertisements. So, by the grace of Almighty, I met ICanCaRe team of doctors, especially Dr. Pawan Gupta ji, who told me about Save the Youth campaign and empowering women against tobacco outrage. I was very happy to hear this concept and wish to go the extra mile for this. After gaining insight into this concept, I thought if we could save our children from this social evil, that if we want to create a smokeless and healthy environment around us, then this project is calling. My presidents and club members supported my decision and agreed to be with me in this battle, and thus our journey of creating 1,000 marshals began. We all pledged to beat tobacco by 2022. They were leaders of change with me. My pink stars, my Shiros were there with me. The Battle of INNERWHEEL District 310 started on 30th December 2021. The introductory meeting was kept with ICanCaRe team. My Shiros move forward with me. We started training of all our members as tobacco marshals. We conducted 8 batches till date, and still we are continuing, and next batch is also just around the corner. On 29th May, as World No Tobacco Day, we celebrate this day as a World No Tobacco Day, the purpose of which was to sensitize one and all about bad effects of tobacco on our health. Taking this concern a global issue in mind, INNERWHEEL District 310 and ICanCaRe organized a national seminar on academia and corporate responsibility with community engagement. The lethal combo for tobacco end game and INNERWHEEL poster making and mime act competition were included in it. Members of many districts across India participated in these competitions, and it was a great success program. On 17 June, 550 NCC girls were trained as tobacco mini marshals, largest ever training program of young girls as tobacco mini marshals was organized in INNERWHEEL District 310. In this program, enthusiastic INNERWHEEL tobacco marshals of District 310 trained 550 NCC girls as tobacco mini marshals under the Save the Youth campaign. These NCC girls belong to the rural areas. By training these girls would increase our reach to these villages areas to save the youth from indulging in tobacco. Women are the most sufferer due to tobacco outrage, and it is the women who can raise voice against this dreaded disease. That was the thought behind it. On 22nd June, INNERWHEEL District 310 with ICanCaRe team organized a national debate for Save the Youth. Its theme was Women, the New Power Center for Tobacco Control. Its highlights were impact of women as tobacco marshal, felicitation of INNERWHEEL tobacco marshals, declaration of results from mime and poster competitions held on World No Tobacco Day. And in these chief speakers were dignitaries of very higher level and were present. They all were present in this program. You can see on the screen Mrs. Preeti Sudan. She is an IAS officer, ex-secretary, MOHFW, Dr. L. Swasticharan. She is Deputy Director General, National Tobacco Control Program, MOHFW. Dr. Vishwajit Saha, Director Training and Skill Education, CBSE under MHRD. Then our faculty were Dr. Smita Deshpande, HOD, Psychiatry, St. John's Medical College, Bengaluru. Then Dr. Shalini Singh, Director, National Institute of Cancer Prevention and Research, Noida. Dr. Sushila Garg, Dr. Pramita Sengupta, Mr. Praveen Sinha, Dr. Pravesh Singh, and our own Mrs. Preeti Gugnani. INNERWHEEL national representatives were Mrs. Preeti Gugnani, Mrs. Anuradha Chandak, and Mrs. Veena Swamy. She is also present over here today also. Now, without wasting my time, I invite Dr. Pawan Gupta ji to please put some light on how is women the biggest sufferer due to this tobacco, whether she consumes or not, but she is the biggest sufferer nowadays. Why should she be a tobacco marshal, and what are the duties what duties she should perform as a tobacco marshal?
Thank you so much. And I'm sure it has been a pleasure listening to all the dignitaries here on this webinar. And I see that at least the Dr. Surjit, Kaur, Dr. Satinder, we are all doctors. And I can see the goal that has been put by most of the people here, the senior, Dr. Surjit Kaur. It is all health related. And एक चीज जो सभी ने एक चीज जो कहा कि women health is the most important. that is the most important aspect, and that has to be taken care. Without the women's health, जैसे कि हम लोग ना इसमें देखते हैं, if you sit in the aeroplane, तो पहले बोलते हैं कि पहले अपना मास्क लगाओ, उसके बाद दूसरों को हेल्प करो. So if women's health is as important, or I think women's health should be a priority. Unfortunately, in India, women's health is not given that priority. So this is something very important, that कि हम लोग सब लोग मिलकर के कुछ ऐसा करें जो कि which is the biggest killer, which is causing the biggest havoc in this society. So I think that is where we have got this Naris, the new avatar, that is the tobacco marshals. That is very important that we would have, that we, as Dr. Surjit had just said, 6 million people die every year. Let me put it, if you look at the Indian data, you will be very much surprised. The Indian data is that there are 3,700 people dying every day. Every day. इसका मतलब ऐसा हुआ कि जैसे एक फ्लाइट है, और एक फ्लाइट में अगर हमारे करीब 300 लोग रहते हैं, मतलब the seating arrangement in a flight is approximately 300. So if we will take care of that, मतलब अगर हम लोग देखें तो 10 flights, 10 Boeings are getting destroyed every day. 3,700 people dying every day. That means almost like one person dying every 2 seconds. By the time we would have completed our program, we would have got at least 500 people dying during this period. So this is the fact, and it is just not a hearsay fact. I am a cancer doctor, and I am seeing every day how many patients, how many people we have to just write कि okay, अब आपके लिए कुछ नहीं किया जा सकता. Before I started this program, there was this gentleman who was sitting in front of me. He was just 33-year-old, केवल 33-year-old, and he was into smoking and tobacco and occasional alcohol. And he had a huge cancer in his oral cavity with metastasis to the neck, to the throat, to the abdomen. And I said, तेरा कुछ नहीं हो सकता, just give him palliative care as much as possible. Right? So this is the problem that we are facing with the tobacco. And here हम लोग का जो as Sonal ji has said, and Sonal ji has been doing, and that is what we have shown, that if we really want to change this scenario, if we really want to change this whole concept, if we want to really bring a change, we need the women to come out. Government and the common people, they are working extensively, but yes, they are not enough. They are not enough. We still need to see to it that more and more people join into this, and the women, that the women have to become the new avatar for this tobacco control. And this, we are just not talking. Yes, we have seen that it is being done, and yeah. So this, the Ravan of the present era, that is, which is tobacco. And just yesterday हमने Ravan Dahan भी किया था, and we could see that the thing that is killing everyone, and रावण पता नहीं कितने सालों पहले था, और हमारे दुनिया में, हमारे इंडिया में ये रावण हमारे 1600 में इंडिया में एंटर कर गया, right? And since then it has been causing deaths and deaths and deaths, and present era it is full of such deaths, right? So that is what I say, it kills one person every 2 minutes, that is 3,700 every day, captures and kills a slow, prolonged, painful death. That is the most important. एक बार उसने पकड़ लिया, जकड़ लिया, तो उसको मजे से बहुत धीरे धीरे प्यार से धीरे धीरे मारेगा, by and ultimately that would be a painful death. तड़प तड़प करके वो person will die. And that is, and the saddest part, that is the saddest part, unfortunately in India, 5,500 they become slave to tobacco. That means 5,500 youths start taking tobacco in India every day. That is a huge number, and that is why the tobacco marshals will start working. And ये देखिए, ये एक picture है which is showing how this tobacco is causing variable numbers of death and variable numbers of disease. There are approximately 200 different types of disease that is caused by tobacco. When I'm talking about tobacco, tobacco ka matlab hai gaya, it is smoking, smokeless, as well as vaping nowadays. Nowadays, the fashion is of vaping. So all the three have caused enough of diseases in our body. And agar hum log keval cancers ka hi dekhen, and I don't have to, I know that everyone, the moment I tell about tobacco, everyone thinks that it is cancer. Cancer is the commonest cause of death. Head and neck cancers, oral cavity ke itne gande diseases hain, lung cancers, leukemia, stomach cancers, kidney, pancreas, colon, bladder, and cervix. I know Satinder, Dr. Satinder is a gynecologist. The cervical cancer is also related to smoking. This is the worst part. And of course, we have just spoken about the infertility aspect, the reduced fertility. So these are the chronic diseases, you know, the stroke, brain can the stroke hona, blindness, gum infection, that is the oral cavity infection, aortic ruptures, you know, aortic ruptures, instant death, right? Can cause instant death. Heart diseases including chronic heart attacks, you know, which is very common. जो हमारे इंडिया में इतना बढ़ता जा रहा है, now there's so many centers are coming up just because of the extensive use of tobacco. Pneumonia, hardening of the aorta, arteries, chronic lung diseases and asthma, lung diseases, reduced fertility, hip fracture because of osteoporosis. So it is causing innumerous number of deaths from head to toe. Every part of our body is affected because of tobacco. अगर उतना ही नहीं काफी है, लोग काफी सब ये सोचते हैं कि मैं तो अपने आप को मार रहा हूं, तो तुम लोगों को क्या? What the hell with you? If I am taking tobacco, I am killing. But that is not true. The person who is taking tobacco, the tobacco user, he is affecting the family, he is affecting his colleagues where he is working. जहां पर वो काम कर रहा है, वो सारे colleagues are the bystanders, जिनको वो जानता भी नहीं है, गाड़ी में जा रहा है, बस में जा रहा है, ट्रेन में जा रहा है, वहां पर अगर कोई स्मोकिंग कर रहा है, then the bystanders are also as much affected. And then the environment, अगर आप देखें the third hand and the fourth hand smoking, the जितना कूड़ा ये तंबाकू वाले निकालते हैं, it is as good as covering an entire Andaman and Nicobar Island in 1 year. एक साल में पूरा अंडमान निकोबार आइलैंड भर जाएगा, and that is everywhere. अगर आप किसी भी सोसाइटी में चले जाएं, तो आपको सबसे ज्यादा कूड़ा क्या चीज मिलेगा? Can you believe it? Either वो रैपर्स मिलेंगे, जिसके ये तंबाकू के रैपर्स मिलेंगे, या सिगरेट के बट्स मिलेंगे. And this is the tragedy that it is everything is affected. Just look at the number of trees are cut. So many things are affected just because of tobacco. So tobacco user अपने आप को ही हानि नहीं पहुंचा रहा, but अपने सभी लोगों को हानि पहुंचा रहा है, right? So this is the saddest part. And now just coming to the women, if you look at the women ideology, if you look at this, women have been depicted as Lakshmi, they have been depicted as Saraswati, they are depicted as Parvati, and they are depicted as Annapurna. Yeah? And they are supposed to be a very docile characters, but docile मतलब चुपचाप सब कुछ सहती रहती हैं, और भारत में यही एक चीज चलता है, सहते रहना. Women are here to just tolerate, right? But we also have seen from the history that कि अगर जरूरत पड़ती है, then women can become Durga, they can become the Mahisasur Mardangini, they can become Kali, they can be the killer, or they can really come up to kill the asur that is there in the society. And this is where we have come up with this project, that every woman today have to become a Tambaku Asur Mardangini. And that is what it is. We are strong, and as Sonal has already shown it, that yes, it is possible to bring a change. And once women take up this issue, many people will be affected, and many people can be saved. And that is the Save the Youth program, which Shruti has already told you in details. So ये एक बहुत ही important है. This is just a little bit of introduction of myself. I have done 11,000 cancer surgeries by now, and I continue to do my surgeries. But at the same time, मैं एक ही चीज मैं बोलूंगा, big surgeries gave me name, small surgeries gave me fame. This is what I want to say. मैं बड़े बड़े सर्जरीज करता हूँ, 16 घंटे की भी सर्जरीज होती हैं, 12 घंटे की भी सर्जरीज होती हैं, बट विद दिस प्रोग्राम सेव द यूथ कैंपेन, क्योंकि हमारे जो टोबैको डिजीजेज आते हैं, बड़े बड़े डिजीजेज आते थे, बट हमने जो ये टोबैको कैंपेन हमने जब स्टार्ट किया, वी आर एबल टू पिक अप कैंसर्स एट द अर्ली स्टेज. केवल पिकअप ही नहीं, वी आर एबल टू प्रिवेंट कैंसर्स. वी हैव बीन एबल टू हेल्प पीपल टू क्विट टोबैको. वी हैव बीन एबल टू हेल्प डिटेक्ट अर्ली कैंसर, जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं छोटा दाना. वी रैन दिस कैंपेन छोटा दाना. जब भी देखो छोटा दाना, उसकी जांच जरूर करवाना. कैंसर को बनने ना दो नासूर, जल्द करो इसे दूर. So this type of campaign actually brought a tremendous change in the society, and this is what I have done. I have been author of multiple books. That is, I have got 6 books, and we know what tobacco made easy. Be smart, do not start. A comprehensive tobacco cessation, a comprehensive guidelines, making an institution tobacco free, and I am the convener of this master training courses that we are running through this program. So coming to the effect on the women, we are all here from the INNERWHEEL club. अगर हम एक छोटा सा नजरिया देखें, एक छोटा सा सोचें, let us think of a situation how a common woman gets affected. अगर वो लेती है तंबाकू, हम लोग को तो पता ही है वो तो अफेक्ट होगी ही होगी, as we have seen that so many diseases can be there. अगर वो नहीं लेती है तंबाकू, if she is not into any tobacco use, then how does she affect? How does she affect? How does she get affected? Does she get affected even if she's not taking tobacco? Does she get affected? Anyone agrees to that or disagree? Right? So still she gets affected, right? Let us see. Let us just look at this. A happy girl with lots of expectations and apple of the eye of the parents. अपनी बेटी है, उसकी शादी हो जाती है, ठीक है? अब वो शादी होकर के एक तमन्ना तो रहती है हर की अपना प्रिंस है, बहुत अच्छा लगेगा, अपना लाइफ बहुत अच्छी चलेगी. We always look forward that our daughter should be in it. But now comes to know that the prince is a tobacco user. अगर वो तंबाकू यूज कर रही है तो क्या होगा? Life that takes a big world to a sad story. क्या from a live happily ever, क्योंकि हम लोग तो बचपन से ये पढ़ते आए हैं ना stories. Live happily after the princess meets a prince, and then they get married and they live happily ever after. But अगर वो tobacco user है, then what happens? It is like left sadly after the marriage, right? So this is the sad story. I'll just take you through कि क्या होता है एक lady को, how she is affected and why she should raise the voice against tobacco. और मैं आज ये मैं कहना चाह रहा हूँ कि every woman right now, whether she is taking tobacco or she is not taking tobacco, but still she gets affected by tobacco in this world, right? चाहे वो ले रही हो चाहे नहीं ले रही हो, but she, और ज्यादातर हम लोग ने ये देखा है कि भारत में women are not taking tobacco, but still they are affected, right? So I'll just take you through how she is being affected, and this is the saddest part. And just look at this thing, the sex life. I will take you one by one through it. The social life, okay? The only seva life, the next generation, how the next generation affected, the financial life, the widow, the second-hand effect, how she's affected. And these are some of the things I will take you through one by one, how it is happening. And we are aware, or we may not be aware, but this is the saddest part. The sex life, just imagine, after the marriage, you definitely look forward for a good life with your partner. But unfortunately, a person taking smoking, if he's smoking, the poisonous kiss, the smell, it contains lots and lots of bacteria and microorganisms. And more than that, it contains the carcinogens which can affect her. Let me put it this way. Mere apne mami, my own mami, she had cancer, right? And she had an oral cancer. I never thought that she was such a pious lady, always doing puja and doing everything. But how did she get cancer? But this is the saddest part. She had cancer because my mama was a smoker. My mama was a smoker, and this led to a cancer in her oral cavity, which I had to operate. Right? So this is actually, and how can you believe to even kiss a person who is taking smoking? Such a ganda sa to muh hota hai, itna smell kar raha hota hai. It is just not possible. And then the impotent man. I don't have to explain it further, but it is loss of erection, loss of fertility, which we have just Dr. Satinder, Dr. Surjit has just talked about it. Infertility is in the rise, right? The carcinogenic man, हर जगह से, whether it's from the sweat gland, पसीने से, उनके बालों से, उनके मुंह से, उनके थूक से, हर जगह से carcinogenic, मतलब cancer causing substance is coming out of that, right? Which is affecting, that is causing second hand effect, the third hand effect, and the fourth hand effect. And more importantly, the diseased man is fatigued. कुछ नहीं कर सकता बेचारा. He's fatigued, right? So always coughing, and he cannot even walk. He cannot take part in the normal life. So this is how the sex life is affected for every girl who is married. Now look at the social life. एक लड़की जैसे कि खूंटे से बांध दी गई है. उसका काम क्या है? अगर उसका स्मोकर हस्बैंड है, स्मोकिंग घर में कर रहा है, कहीं भी वो थूक देगा. लड़की का काम है बेसिन में थूकेगा, बाथरूम में थूकेगा, कहीं भी थूकेगा. लड़की का बेचारी का काम केवल उसको साफ ही करने में रह जाता है. जिंदगी भर उसकी सफाई ही करने में लगती है. ऊपर से क्लिनिक द बट्स, द स्पिट्स, कपड़ों के ऊपर स्टेन्स, यही साफ करते रहेंगे. कोई लड़का आजकल, कोई मतलब आजकल तो खैर करने लगे होंगे, but generally you will see in most of the Indian homes, no man works. They only spread out dirts. And this, the lady, our own daughter, our sisters, they have to keep on doing. And then more than that, quarrel and quarrel. झगड़े हर चीज में होते रहेंगे, because he is so insensitive towards the need of the women, right? अब अगर उसको कोई प्रॉब्लम हो गई, अगर ये जो तंबाकू लेता प्रॉब्लम तो होगी ही होगी, 100% कोई ना कोई प्रॉब्लम होगी, या तो कार्डियक की होगी, चाहे लंग्स की होगी, चाहे न्यूरॉन की होगी, चाहे कैंसर की होगी, चाहे हार्ट अटैक, स्ट्रोक, कुछ ना कुछ तो होगा ही. और कुछ भी नहीं हुआ तो सिंपल हाइपरटेंशन है, सीओपीडी है, कफिंग हो रहा है, तो सिक मैन का क्या करेगी? लड़की तो जिंदगी भर सेवा ही करती रहे. जैसे कि उसको जबरदस्ती खाली उस घर में लेकर के बेच दिया गया है कि उसकी सेवा में लग जा बेटा, तो वो केवल इस बंदे के सेवा में लग जा. अब ये है नेक्स्ट जनरेशन. अगर आप देखें, वो खुद नहीं तंबाकू ले रही, वो खुद स्मोकिंग नहीं कर रही, बट अगर उनका हस्बैंड स्मोकिंग कर रहा है एंड व्हेन शी इज प्रेग्नेंट, द प्रेगनेंसी विल बी अफेक्टेड, द चिल्ड्रन, द नेक्स्ट जनरेशन विल बी अफेक्टेड. प्रेगनेंसी, स्टिल बर्थ, लो बर्थ वेट बड़ा कॉमन है. इफ यू लुक एट द बेबी, दैट इज अ स्पेशल बेबी, हाइपर एक्टिव बेबीज, लो IQ, दिमाग ही नहीं काम कर रहा. इम्यूनिटी इज लो, हर बार कोई ना कोई डिजीजेस होगा, अर्ली डिजीजेस होगा, लो कंसंट्रेशन, पुअर स्टडीज, पढ़ाई में भी उसकी कमी रहेगी, राइट? देन इफ यू लुक द एडोलेसेंट, लाइकली टू यूज टबैको. जब वो बढ़ता जाएगा, क्योंकि उसने घर पे तंबाकू यूज करते हुए देखा है, तो चांस है कि ये भी तंबाकू यूज करना स्टार्ट करेगा. लाइक टू यूज टबैको, ही विल हैव साइकेट्रिक प्रॉब्लम्स एंड ही विल. और सबसे दुख की बात क्या होती है? व्हाट इज द मोस्ट पेनफुल थिंग दैट ए मदर कैन हैव when she is seeing her own child getting destroyed. अगर हमें किसी दिन पता चलता है, और अगर एक माँ को पता है कि ये चीज बहुत भयानक है और आगे चल करके ये बहुत खतरनाक हो सकती है, तो उससे ज्यादा दुख का चीज क्या हो सकता है? जब वो माँ ये चीज देख रही, देखते देखते अपना बेटा को वो अपने आप को देगी. और मैं अपने क्लिनिक में देखता हूँ चिल्ड्रन कमिंग, मदर्स कमिंग विद द चाइल्ड सेइंग कि डॉक्टर साहब इसको बचा लो, लेकिन वी नो व्हाट इज आवर लिमिटेशंस. अगर काश इसको किसी ने लिया ही नहीं होता, उसी समय जब हमारे चेयर पे आकर के बैठते हैं, तब लगता है कि काश किसी ने ये कह दिया होता कि ये बहुत खराब है, प्लीज इसको मत लो. काश किसी ने रास्ता दिखा दिया होता उसको छोड़ने का. तो यही हमारा सबसे बड़ा विडम्बना है कि अभी तक कोई नहीं कर रहा, और ये हमारे जो टोबैको मार्शल्स हैं, इसीलिए इसके लिए आगे बढ़ेंगे. अब हम लोग आते हैं फाइनेंशियल लाइफ के लिए. हाउ डज दिस फाइनेंशियल लाइफ गेट्स अफेक्टेड? ऑलवेज शॉर्ट ऑफ मनी, बिकॉज मेजर स्पेंड इज ऑन tobacco. Major spend is on tobacco. आधा से ज्यादा पैसा उसी में खर्च हो जाता है. जो हम लोग वर्कर्स को देखेंगे, अगर हम लोग किसी को भी देखेंगे, ज्यादातर यही प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है कि सभी का पैसे आधे तो खर्च तंबाकू में हो जा रहे हैं. जो बीच में बचे, ना तो दूध के लिए पैसे हैं, ना बुक्स के लिए पैसे हैं, ना खाना के लिए पैसे हैं. बेचारे खुद और उनके बच्चे और उनके लाइफ, सभी लोग ऐसे ही बर्बाद हो जाते हैं. हेल्थ एक्सपेंसेस इज टू हाई. अगर उनको बीमारी हो गई तो एक्सपेंसेस कितना हाई है. लॉस ऑफ इनकम ड्यू टू अर्ली डेथ ऑफ हस्बैंड. और अगर डेथ हो गया हस्बैंड का तो किसी को भी काम करने के लिए पैसा ही नहीं बचेगा. बच्चा करेगा क्या, सारा कुछ घर का सब कुछ बिक जाएगा. मैं एक स्टोरी बताता हूँ. हमारे एक इंजीनियर थे. He was working with the Maruti Suzuki company and he had more than 200 people working under him. He was just I think 30 years of age. उनकी एक बेटी थी, 8 साल की एक बेटी और एक 4 साल की बेटी. 2 बेटियां थी. Wife was a housewife. She was not working. And this engineer was very proud. और उन्होंने अपना तंबाकू स्टार्ट किया जब वो अपने कॉलेज में, जब इंजीनियरिंग में उन्होंने पहुंचे तब उन्होंने तंबाकू स्टार्ट किया. तो हुआ क्या, by the age he was 38 he had a extensive disease of the tongue. जिसको it was so extensive that we could not save him. मैंने उनकी वाइफ को मैंने जब बात किया कि भाई आप कुछ काम कर पाओगे, how are you going to live your life? She was at a shock. वो बोली आप डॉक्टर साहब ऐसे बात क्यों कर रहे हैं. मैं बोला कि नहीं, जस्ट आप कुछ तो काम तो सीखना चाहिए, आपको कुछ तो खुद को भी अपना संभालना चाहिए. But she was just not ready to believe that her husband is going to die very soon. But it was not more than 6 months that he survived and he was dead. Just look at the family, what must have happened. जो बच्चे जो अच्छे स्कूलों में पढ़ रहे थे, they had no money left for that earning. The wife, ultimately she had to go back to her own village and there they started working. I had a follow-up with these patients. It was very difficult. 50% of the men taking tobacco likely to die early in their 40s or 50s. This is the biggest problem. कि 40 से 50% तक जो भी by the age of 40 years, that is the most happening age. That is the age जबकि सारे family and everyone are dependent on them. That is the age when these people are likely to die. So, and the second hand effect, अगर मैंने आपको बताई है, मेरी मामी को जैसे कैंसर हुआ, उसी प्रकार से और भी कई चीजें हो सकते हैं. हाइपरटेंशन, कफ, गैस्ट्राइटिस, डायबिटीज, इनफर्टिलिटी, सेकंड हैंड स्मोकिंग आर मोर डेंजरस एंड दिस कैन हैपन टू एवरीवन इन द सोसाइटी, टू द वीमेन हु इज देयर. सो वीमेन एज प्राइमरी यूजर, जो अगर खुद ही लेती हैं, दे आर एट डबल द रिस्क देन द मैन. फॉर सेल्फ, फॉर द नेक्स्ट जनरेशन, बिकॉज नेक्स्ट जनरेशन भी बर्बाद हो जाएगा और खुद भी बर्बाद हो जाएंगी. एंड दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम. अगर एक मैन हु इज टेकिंग 10 cigarettes, it is equivalent to 20 cigarettes for a woman, right? So just look at it. A tobacco user husband is a torture mentally, a torture physically, and a torture socially, and a torture financially to the women, to the girl, to our so many daughters that we have in the society. हम अपने बच्चे को अगर बचाना है तो we have to protect, and this is what I want to draw your attention to. अभी सुजीत जी बता रही थी, we don't know about the legal laws and this thing. Unfortunately, हमारे सबसे दुख की बात क्या है, अगर कोई लड़की शादी हो गई और वो तंबाकू लेने वाला हस्बैंड मिला तो उसके लिए प्रोटेक्शन क्या है? What can anyone do for her? There is no law to protect women against. This is the saddest. अगर वो कभी अपने फैमिली को अप्रोच करेगी या अपने इन-लॉज को अप्रोच करेगी तो सारे लोग को एक ही चीज कहना है, बेटा कोई बात नहीं, थोड़ा सा एडजस्ट कर लो, एडजस्ट कर लो. यही हम लोग कहते हैं, बेटा कोई बात नहीं, चलता है, थोड़ा सा एडजस्ट कर लो. कितना एडजस्ट करेगी? बट अल्टीमेटली शी इज पुश्ड टू टॉर्चर द एंटायर लाइफ. उनकी जिंदगी, जैसा मैंने बताया, फाइनेंशियली, मेंटली, फिजिकली, इट इज अ टॉर्चर to get married to a family who is taking tobacco. So we have to protect, we have to see to it that women should be guarded against this tobacco, number one. And at the same time, they are the savior of the family and next generation. Self protect is very important. And अगर वो खुद ही इतने empowered होगी, अभी we had this word empowering. This is what INNERWHEEL is for, empowering the women. And as a tobacco marshal, I can say, if she is empowered, she can self-protect herself. She can be the savior of the family and the next generation. She can be the influencer in the society. So that is where women have to be tobacco marshals. They need to be powered and they need to take care of the society for themselves, for their family, and for the society. So last, I would just say, tobacco is a silent killer. Tobacco is a serious killer. Tobacco is a serial killer. Tobacco is a suicide agent. We can have a lot of fun without tobacco, and life beyond tobacco is definitely lively and healthy. So 5 things that I always say: refuse to take tobacco, refuse to be a friend of a tobacco user, refuse to marry a tobacco user, refuse to employ a tobacco user, and refuse to work with a tobacco user. And this is what I say, that tobacco marshals, the tobacco marshals have got certain responsibilities. Tobacco marshals are the motivators individually for a healthy life. Tobacco marshals, they create awareness about tobacco, its harms and cessation. Tobacco marshals recognize tobacco habits on time. Tobacco marshals sensitize and create surveillance against tobacco. Tobacco marshals help tobacco addicts to quit tobacco. And tobacco marshals assist in establishing tobacco-free institutes, that is the free institutes, tobacco-free areas. And tobacco marshals lead tobacco control in the society. This is the most important, that tobacco marshals are the most important and they can really bring a change. And this is just a visualization of what I see, how the thing should be in the society if we really want to control this tobacco issue. The marshals, the volunteers, the marshals, the specialists, and the ambassadors, they should be there at all the places. The specialists who are the doctors who can help people quit tobacco. Marshals are the intermediaries. They are the people who are in the society. As we have seen how the marshals in District 310 has really brought a change in the society, in their family, in their workplace, and also in schools and colleges, in the various places. They have been able to bring that change. And yes, the tobacco specialists and the ambassadors are there to help the tobacco marshals bring this change. So INNERWHEEL to lead the change, and we had 1,000 tobacco marshals, and we in June, by June 2022, we had created 1,000 tobacco marshals from the INNERWHEEL, and both internally and externally. And we had the felicitation, and we are looking forward for this felicitation again in the International Women's Day program. And I hope that we will be doing this. We can showcase that the women are the power to lead the change against tobacco. So just last but not the least, I want to say this: socially acceptable custom, that is, कि चलता है, तंबाकू कोई ले रहा है, आसपास ले रहा है, चलता है, वो चलता बिजनेस नहीं चलेगा. We will create a social outrage against tobacco. Any person who is taking tobacco is not welcome, whatever it is. And we can say, can just looking at doing this simple thing can change the entire economy of our India. So this is just a thought that we can have if we want to really plan of intervention. So sensitization, creating tobacco marshals, sensitization of the HCPs and paramedics, facility setting of tobacco strainer training, virtual tobacco cessation programs, quit line numbers, and specialists in rural camps. And that is what we did by creating 550 tobacco marshals. This is what we did by this mini marshals. We chose these mini marshals from villages. You know, they were from the villages, from the rural area, so that when they are trained, when they go back to the village, they will start looking at bring a change in the rural area also. We have to percolate down har jagah from the, we have to start at the root cause, then only we can make it. So this is a big synergy for grand impact. Yes, INNERWHEEL tobacco marshals, we can create history. जो चीज 1600 AD में जो start हुआ, probably now it is time that we all come together to bring the change. And my एक ही चीज I can visualize, when we have got 10,000, 1 lakh tobacco marshals coming together, and if we go to the government to say that yes, it needs to be banned, yes, the government is going to listen to it. So I thank you so much for your patient hearing, and I'm really glad that the highest of the body from of INNERWHEEL are looking forward how to collaborate, how to bring this impact in the society. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. I think that was really power-packed one more time. And here I invite Sonal ma'am again to talk about the target 10,000, the INNERWHEEL 10,000. What is it all about and how do we achieve it?
Thank you, Shruti. Thank you so much, Dr. Pawan Gupta ji. I believe this social campaign against tobacco will help to create awareness and enlighten the youth how harmful this tobacco is. काश किसी ने हमें रोका होता, ऐसा आप सोचते हैं, और ये हमारी इनरव्हील की महिलाएं आपको करके दिखाएंगी. I request our AP and all DCs across India to adopt this program in their respective districts and clubs, as it will be a very beneficial and it will go a long way. We are going to surely achieve our aim of eradication of drug abuse. It is a need of the time. I request to put this campaign at war putting level if we want to fight against the devil, tobacco. I am totally devoted for this and I believe in this. And I look forward for the support from all the other DCs also and make it as a major agenda in their future plans. As every year, projects will change, but our INNERWHEEL tobacco marshals with the knowledge will always stand against this evil. Now, let's create ripples. Initiate this campaign. Save the youth. Let's come forward. Let's come together. Let's fight together. Let's support each other. Let's help each other. Because together we can, and together we will be able to achieve our target of 10,000. Dr. Pawanji, we are surely, all INNERWHEEL members across India are there with us, and we are surely going to achieve this target of not only 10,000, we will achieve target of 50,000, because in INNERWHEEL 52,000 women are there, and each and every women of our organization will be there with you as a tobacco marshal. This is my belief. Nothing can be done sufficiently until many people understand the problem. I wish to transform each and every member of my esteemed organization into INNERWHEEL tobacco marshal so that we can achieve our goal of strong women and create a stronger world. By breaking new grounds and achieve impossible and do a real work for the society through INNERWHEEL. We are going to do a real work for this society. By raising our voice against the biggest killer of the present society. This is a need. For this, we need a bigger network for the control of tobacco in the community. I know my INNERWHEEL sisters will joyfully, responsibly, gratefully will face this Tambaku Asur, which is the root cause of so many diseases, like you explained us today in this program only. I look forward for your support, my sisters, my INNERWHEEL members. I look for your support. I dedicated my tenure as DC in creating women tobacco marshals. Now, अब मैं आप लोगों से उम्मीद करती हूँ कि आप इस प्रोजेक्ट को अपना प्रोजेक्ट समझ के इसे आगे तक लेके जाएंगे और हमारा ये मुहिम जो हमने छेड़ी है ये पूरे INNERWHEEल में मतलब पूरे INNERWHEEल को हिला के रख देगी और पूरे हम इंडिया को हिला के, नॉट ओनली इंडिया पर हम पूरे वर्ल्ड को इस मुहिम से INNERWHEEल मेंबर्स जो है इस मुहिम से पूरे वर्ल्ड को हिलाकर रख देंगे, ऐसा मेरा मानना है. I am sure that tobacco marshals a movement which will change the whole scenario in the world. पूरे वर्ल्ड को हम चेंज कर देंगे. जैसा कि मैं सोचती हूँ हमें not tomorrow, not next week, not when I have time. Start now. Battle against Tambaku Asur. Save the youth. Be a tobacco marshal. Let's bring a big revolution by joining hands. हम सब मिलके ये सब कर सकते हैं अगर हम सब एकजुट हो जाएं. पूरा INNERWHEEल, हम ये डिस्ट्रिक्ट इज अ नंबर, डिस्ट्रिक्ट नंबर जैसे 310322 और ऑल इज द नंबर. हम सब INNERWHEEल मेंबर्स हैं. अगर हम एक साथ एकजुट होके अगर हम इस मुहिम को आगे बढ़ाएं तो हम बहुत चेंजेस ला सकते हैं, ऐसा मेरा मानना है. थैंक यू सो मच श्रुति for giving me a chance, and I am also thankful to Dr. Satinder कि जिन्होंने एक बार कहने से इस वेबिनार को ऑर्गेनाइज कराया. Thank you so much, Dr. Satinder, and I am also thankful to Dr. Surjit Kaur, whole ICanCaRe team, जिनकी वजह से आज ये प्रोग्राम हुआ. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I think with this, the mission is very clear. Let's take the campaign ahead. Let's protect our youth from tobacco, vaping, cigarettes, and all forms of harmful products. Let's prevent this gateway from, and let's prevent our youth from entering into other things. ये एक थोड़ा सा मैसेज है फ्रॉम रूपाली ग्रह फ्रॉम इनरव्हील 310. उन्होंने कहा कि मैम पाँव जमीन पर नहीं टिक रहे टोबैको मार्शल बनने पर, और उन्होंने जिस प्रकार से बहुत सारे कैंपेन्स छेड़े अपने डिस्ट्रिक्ट में, वो काफी सराहनीय बात है. द डिटेल्स आर अवेलेबल ऑन फेसबुक ग्रुप, यू कैन हैव अ लुक. मैं यही कहना चाहूंगी कि सूरज की नई किरणों और सेवा की नई सोच को अब इनरव्हील क्लब से फूटना चाहिए. फूटना क्यों? क्योंकि इसकी ध्वनि, इसकी गर्जन जो है पूरे विश्व में सुननी चाहिए. मनुष्य को पीड़ा और पतन से अब हमें बचाना चाहिए. ले मशाल ज्ञान और कौशल की अब हमें जूझना चाहिए. लोक मंगल पथ को अब हमें चुनना चाहिए. कृतम दुस्वप्न के तम को अब टूटना चाहिए. आशा और विश्वास की नई ज्योत को अब हमें जलानी चाहिए. और इसी के साथ हमें टोबैको मार्शल प्रोग्राम को आगे बढ़ाते हुए वो मशाल हमें जलानी है, और उन पीड़ाओं और पतन से हमें पूरे विश्व को, पूरे मनुष्य की को बचाना है, ताकि एक हेल्दी कम्युनिटी की स्थापना हो सके और हम जो है बहुत सुरक्षित समाज के निर्माण कार्य में लग पड़े और हेल्दी समाज के निर्माण कार्य में लग पड़े. आई एम श्योर इनरव्हील कैन मेक दिस रियली हैपन, एंड विद दिस वी कैन रियली मेक अ लॉट ऑफ डिफरेंस इन द सोसाइटी, इन द कम्युनिटी वेयर वी स्टे. अब मैं इनवाइट करना चाहूंगी हमारे डीसी महोदया को, डॉक्टर सतिंदर निज्जर, ताकि वे दोबारा इस मंच पर आए और अपने शब्दों से हम सभी को प्रकाशित करें.
First of all, I would like to congratulate Sonal Bhatia for such an elaborative talk. I think being a doctor, though I knew a lot of things, but for the other persons, it is really an eye opener. That one, it is tobacco taking is causing more than 200 diseases, starting from head to toe, starting from all mouth, oral cavity, lungs, stomach, even your fingers. So all the organs are getting affected where you take it. And who has to pay the price? It's mostly it is the ladies. And just imagine the plight of that girl when a child is born, how happy the parents are. And then that child is also affected by the passive smoking. There is a great effect on the growth of the child. Or the person is getting, or the lady is having frequent abortions, stillbirth, slow birth rate babies for no fault of hers. And it's the lady who is suffering most of the time. So we must try to make this world a tobacco-free world. Though the climbing the hill is very steep, but yet the climbing has to be done. So अगर सती प्रथा रुक सकती है, अगर इतने और इवल्स रुक सकते हैं, जहां पे द लेडीज स्टूड फॉर देमसेल्व्स. सती प्रथा होती थी कुछ सदियों पहले, अगर वो रुक सकती है तो ये टोबैको क्यों नहीं? Why can't we stop it? And just imagine one person dying every 2 seconds, and where the number rises. And I personally know so many ladies whose children, they are into drugs. They come to me, they cry their heart out, and they just pray that he dies. How a mother can ever think a child to die just because they have become a burden on the family? They are just draining their money, energy, everything they are doing, and they are doing a disgrace to the family. So that's why. And same people, if directed properly, if we have enough of tobacco marshals who can make them quit, or anyway, we can either we have enough of awareness that they don't even start it. So I think that is the best gift we can give to the society, because these days in Punjab, you have seen the picture Udta Punjab. Punjab is really Udta like anything. And I think same is the state of affairs with most of the other states also. So, and just imagine the plight of women, plight of those homes. चोरियां करते हैं, डाके मारते हैं, they do all types of things when they don't get it, even to the point of killing their mothers and fathers. They become so violent. So we must try to put an end as far as possible. And like we have 52,000 members, every member is putting their little bit of effort can bring a change. Now let's take this project head on, because this is also very close to my heart also. Somehow, like Dr. Pawan said, that after some time we can request the government. I had been feeling it from the very beginning that why they are being told, why we are doing this injustice to, अगर available ही ना होए, हम अपने लोगों की सेहत के साथ क्यों खिलवाड़ करते हैं इनको बेच के? क्या एक रेवेन्यू के लिए? क्या ह्यूमन लाइफ इतनी सस्ती है कि गवर्नमेंट रेवेन्यू के लिए ये बेच रही है? बट व्हाई दे आर डूइंग इट? वो गवर्नमेंट्स भी हमारी अपनी है, किसी कहीं बाहर से नहीं है, लेकिन ये हो क्यों रहा है? क्योंकि वी आर नॉट स्टैंडिंग अगेंस्ट इट. वी ऑल हैव टू कोलैबोरेट एंड स्टैंड अगेंस्ट and join our hands collectively and show a massive message, give a great message of all 52,000 members, because then anything can be done, everything can be achieved, and anything can be done. रास्ते कभी खत्म नहीं होते, रास्ते कभी खत्म नहीं होते, सिर्फ लोग ही हिम्मत हार जाते हैं. And let's give support to each other to fight against this menace. एक नई सोच की ओर कदम बढ़ाएं, हौसलों से अपने सपनों की ऊंचाइयों को छूकर दिखाएं. जो आज तक सिमट के रह गए थे ख्यालों में, उन सपनों को हम सब मिलके सच कर दिखाएं. क्योंकि मेरा ख्याल है कि every woman wants this, put an end to tobacco. So let's all do together and put an end to it. And I'm sure we can do it. I'm thankful to Sonal for introducing me to this tobacco marshal. I'm so grateful to Dr. Pawan Gupta for bringing this topic, and we have been able to discuss it. And now we would like to go to the next point of becoming a tobacco marshal. So we will have to produce tobacco marshal, so that is what is required. That is the need of the hour. Like we need doctors, engineers, other things. We need tobacco marshals too. So let's start working in that direction, so that everyone gets interested and we do our bit. Not just talking, but actually we do something solid to support this cause. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, once again. And I now invite District Chairperson from District 315, Leena Chandwani, ma'am, to kindly share her wisdom of words.
I was so impressed. So first of all, good evening to all of you. It was a very pleasant and it was a very pleasure to listen, go through all these things. And doctor was very clear in his subject. Even as a lay person, we can explain to the pupil. We can start something in the colleges, girls' colleges, 8th, 9th, 10th classes. Will definitely take a step. And I promise you, I will do something in my district. I will jointly call the clubs and see that I will also organize one webinar where the club leaders are motivated. Thank you. Thank you, each one of you.
Thank you so much, Leena, ma'am. Request if you can just talk about the campaign, how this work.
Well, thank you so much. First and foremost, everyone is so enthusiastic about it, and they're looking forward to take this further. open it up for any discussion with everyone.
Yes, I think one question.
Yeah, please.
One question. How to motivate the people to get rid of this habit? Suppose we go for community and rural area, don't you think it is very difficult for them to stop and for us to motivate them?
So it is the most important question, and I think सबके दिमाग में यही चीज चल रहा होगा. ये क्वेश्चन सभी के दिमाग में चल रहा होगा, और यही क्वेश्चन मेरे दिमाग में भी चल रहा था करीब 15 साल पहले. And this is how it started. Leela, I'll tell you what. This is how it started. When I was working as a cancer surgeon, हम लोग तो every day we are seeing almost 80% of the patients who walk into a clinic are tobacco users, right? So we commonly say तंबाकू छोड़ दो, तंबाकू छोड़ दो. हर सभी को बोलते हैं. Everyone tells it, and everywhere we go and we tell the one sentence, तंबाकू छोड़ दो. But the biggest question is छोड़े कैसे? How do I quit tobacco? Right. So this is where we actually at ICanCaRe, I work extensively, and this is where our books are there. Be smart, do not start. In over tobacco made easy. Tobacco cessation, a comprehensive guideline, and that is how we started training people on as tobacco marshals, tobacco ambassadors, and tobacco specialists. Doctors, let me put it, Leela, one thing that I want to specifically say, even doctors are not aware how to help a person quit tobacco. They are also not aware. So making them, even training the doctors is a very important factor. And here I can see there are a lot of our doctors, like I can see Simoni Sai is here from Bombay. I can see Nancy, she's there from Ghaziabad. I can see, I think we have got Dr. Raj, she's come from Indore. So there are some of the doctors who are also here, and we doctors are trained. Like, let me put it, ICanCaRe has got an entire system. We have got an app. We have got a system how we assess a person. So सबसे पहले we have to assess a person. What is the level of his addiction? What is his level of willpower? What are the type of medications these patients require? In very short, let me put it this way. We have got medication A, B, C, D of tobacco cessation. That is what we have to involve. A is for active motivation, B is for behavioral therapy, C is for comorbidity management, and D is for drugs and medications that is required for the patient. So based on that, we help a person to quit tobacco. So as a tobacco marshals, you are the influencers. Basically, you may not be able to write the prescription because you are not a doctor, right? But you are empowered to at least tell the patients how to that they can quit. Three things that is very important. Be smart, do not start. That is jagruk rahe, prarambh na karen. This is one message that you have to give to the society. Second message is win over tobacco is easy. Tobacco छोड़ा जा सकता है अगर सही तरीका अपनाए तो. Number 3, be careful and fearful. That is, be careful and fearful against those people who are taking tobacco, because they can be harming you. They are likely to harm you, right? Either first hand, second hand, third hand, fourth hand. Otherwise also they will put pressure on you, peer pressure to start taking tobacco, right? So these are the 3 important messages that a tobacco marshal has to give to the society. Leela, I think it is clear.
Yes, yes, understood.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes,
so this is a training program. So I'll just, if there are any other questions, otherwise I'll just show you what are the training program that we do. What are the things that we do in the tobacco marshals? Is it okay? If there are any other questions coming up?
So I had a question.
Yes, Simoni. By the way, let me tell you, Simoni is from Mumbai, and she is a certified tobacco cessation specialist. And there was another question that had come up to me directly and to Dr. Sonal ma'am also. If we have got tobacco marshals coming up from South, from West, where they may not be able to understand Hindi or English, so can we teach them, or can we have them in local languages? Yes, we can have. Like Simoni is from she is fluent in Marathi, so she can we can train tobacco marshals in Marathi. We have got people from Andhra, we have got people from Karnataka, we have got people from various others. We have got 106 doctors who are present who can be trainers for the marshals. Right. Yes, Simoni, please.
So I wanted to understand if we are getting enrolled in this campaign, Save the Youth campaign, and if we I would like to try to encourage other people also. So I wanted to understand what would be the work role of us. How do we have to participate in this campaign? What work do we have to actually do?
Yeah, that is what I said. 3 things. That is what I said. Very important. 3 things. Be smart, do not start. That is being community program. सबसे पहला काम अपने और अपने घर को संभालना. ठीक है. सबसे पहला काम है अपने आप को और अपने घर को संभालना. दूसरा काम हमारे घर के आसपास जो हमारे जो ड्राइवर्स हैं, हमारे जो क्या कहते हैं सर्वेंट्स, मेड्स एंड एवरीवन, उनको संभालना. तीसरा काम अपने सोसाइटी को संभालना, स्कूलों में जाना, कॉर्पोरेट्स में जाना, अपने वर्क प्लेस को संभालना. So you see, it can keep on increasing as you keep on growing, right? And as a empowered tobacco marshals, we will empower you. We will equip you with various methodologies, with books. We will give you the what I say, the PPT presentations. We will give you everything which you can take to the society, right? So this is how you have to take it forward.
Thank you, sir.
I invite our national editor, Veena ji, to say you few words. Veena ji.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, Veena ji.
Hello. Hi, sir. Yeah, it's a very good initiative what Sonal has taken, and you are a very good initiative for the tobacco marshals how to come up. So I have a small doubt, doctor. See now, if we become the women's become tobacco marshals, how to make others the tobacco means in the social this thing. In our INNERWHEEL, we have about 104 members in Chitradurga. So how can we make them also the tobacco marshals to make initiative? How to make them?
See,
yes, doctor.
Yeah, the most important thing in creating tobacco marshals is motivation, right? See,
motivation, yeah.
INNERWHEEL members, they are self-motivated people, number one, right?
Okay, doctor.
So they are social people. They want to do something for the society. That is why they are INNERWHEEL members, right?
Yes.
INNERWHEEL society, a social people want to give something to the society, not take something away from the society.
Okay.
As tobacco marshals, you are giving lot of things to the society, not just giving, like when I'm talking to like giving, it is not giving money. It is giving health. It is giving greenery to the environment. It is giving the environment lively. So when we talk about this thing, what is the role of tobacco marshals? When we can see that tobacco marshals are going to create history in the society, right?
Okay.
Let me put it one simple thing. If a person as a tobacco marshal is able to help one person to quit tobacco, what does he do? What is the advantage that if one single person, let me put it this way, Sonal did not say that, but let me put it this way. When we were doing tobacco marshal in 310, at least 6 INNERWHEEL members who had their husbands taking tobacco, they helped them quit tobacco. 6 members have been able to help their spouses quit tobacco.
Okay.
Isn't that a big number? Number one, if a person is able, if we are able to save one person from tobacco, that implies we are able to help many more people in the society. We are able to save that person and the family as well. We are able to save that person and the family from getting or creating or going for a suicide, right? We can help the person. So just motivating a person, that is very important. And another thing that we have also done is one person can nominate another person. I'll just show you that slide. See, it is all the initiative of our INNERWHEEL East Bhatia. That she said that we have to create something that we can have to give something special to our tobacco to INNERWHEEL, right?
Yes.
What we did was we created this thing like each one nominate one.
Okay.
Right? So INNERWHEEL registers for marshal and nominate one as a marshal. right?
Okay.
Like that fact, 700 effective price for INNERWHEEL is rupees 750. That means 1450 is the actual price, but you are making it almost 50% for the INNERWHEEL members, right?
Okay.
So you can nominate the other person.
Okay.
Some other district societies, open forum, yes. And yeah, this is what I said. They can do self, family, colleagues, and environment. So this actually brings something that I can say, how a person can motivate others, and at the same time how they can help the society in becoming tobacco marshals. So this was a question. Am I okay, Veena ji?
Yes, doctor. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Because I was in dilemma how to motivate the INNERWHEEL members to become the tobacco marshals. So I was just hearing all the things, and Sonal has done a great work on this. From the last year, I've been seeing her working on the tobacco marshals, and it's a very, very great. From 310, they have taken the initiative to make this. Thank you, doctor. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. I just because this question had come up, how to become tobacco marshals. So these are the courses. We give them certificates, we arm them, and we create a network for them. Right?
Okay,
so this is
doctor.
how we do
I
it.
will motivate my INNERWHEEL members. We have about 104 members from our from my club, Chitradurga. So I'll initiate them. And I have told Sonal also to take up the webinar for our district also, for District 316. Then we can motivate the members to become tobacco marshals.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So
Thank you, Sonal. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Dr. Gupta, very wonderful talk, very elaborated, very informative. Thank you so much.
Very impressive also. Very impressive.
Yeah. Even I was not there. I am down with temperature. Still, I am listening.
Yes, doctor. Thank you, Nancy, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, Nancy, ma'am. Thank you.
Important part of this whole program is that we have to train people in a very systematic way and to get them armed in a very systematic way. Haphazardly doing things, just telling that yes, tambaku kharab hai, chhod do, will not have any effect in the society. So we are also here to train the doctors. We are doing a specialist courses for the doctors. So if you have some doctors in your group, in your club, we will train them as specialists so that we can have more and more specialists available. Because when the tobacco marshals goes into the society and then they find that some person needs to quit tobacco, we need to have specialists available to help them to quit tobacco. Right.
Okay.
So right now what we are doing is we are using the virtual mode to help people quit tobacco, because like the 6 ladies who helped their husband quit tobacco, they motivated them, then they got connected with us, and we helped them with the medications and with the various methodologies so that they could actually quit tobacco.
Okay.
The real problem with tobacco cessation are that the doctors are also not aware how to help a person to quit tobacco, or what are the medications available, how to judge, how to do this. So this is another area that we had shown the very step ladder system, that if we train the doctors. So this is another thing that we would like to, if we have got doctors here, I'd speak to Sonal ma'am also, that if we have got INNERWHEEL doctors who would like to be trained as tobacco cessation specialists, definitely we will be there to help them.
Okay, doctor. Okay. We'll motivate our doctors also to make use of this, and we can motivate the INNERWHEEL members also. Thank you. Yes, doctor.
Thanks, Veena ji.
Thank you.
So it's open for discussion. Any other questions coming up?
DC district chairman from district 316, Dr. Madhavi Devi ji. She is also present over here.
Good evening, one and all. Very happy to be with all of you. Really, mind thought program. Usually, it is one of the deeply rooted addiction which we Indians are seeing. Like especially for the youngsters, it has become a fashion. Like smoking and all, it's become a fashion for them. And once the addiction is there, it is very difficult for them to, go out of that way. So this marshals, what 310 they are doing, it is really a mind blowing program. I'm so happy that I'm associated with this, and on this occasion, let me talk something. The main, because here whoever have joined today's program, I know we are nowhere concerned with smoking or any tobacco products. We don't use it at all. But the people other than we who have joined today are somewhere related to us, are addicted to smoking and all. If we become the marshals, and if we are motivating them to leave that addiction, it is really a wonderful thing what you have done. And for this, I being the guest today, really makes a important thing that let us join hands together, and let us motivate people to leave this addiction. And in this, what Dr. Pawan has told, it's really like just telling them to leave, rather than that telling them these are the problems you're going to suffer tomorrow if you have this addiction. And when explained in this process, I feel this really matters a lot. And so happy for you, Sonal. You have taken such a big project and program, and especially this Zoom meeting. I'm so happy that I'm being associated, and I was hearing what doctor was talking about, and what the things he was explaining. And thank you for giving me this opportunity. And we will work for this. And as Veena has told, even we'll involve others also to become the marshals, and we'll see that. Now, for example, it is like club members are becoming. So in that place, we can divide that place, like you take care of this place, you take care of this place. And when you are dividing your city, so and then that can help a lot of youngsters. And this really matters. See, not only it is their own health, it is also the health of the people surrounding them, the environment. So the pollution itself, we are saving. We are helping the mother nature. So yes, I really feel this is a wonderful program. And thank you, Sonal, for inviting me and being associated with this. Thank you so much.
So
I'm looking
I
forward
have
to
one
the support
question.
of all.
Yeah,
So,
I have one
Sonal, we
question.
will, yeah.
I'm looking forward for the support of all INNERWHEEL members.
Yeah,
Surely we
definitely.
are
All
always
deeply-
with you.
Yeah,
Our district 316,
support is
our chairman will be, and myself will be always together with you all to make this program a great success. And 10,000, whatever your dream is, let it come true, and it will become. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sonal.
So I
Thank
just
you, Leena
wanted
ji.
to
Thanks
know
a lot.
what is the.
Giving your precious time
I
today.
just
Yes, thank you.
We have got
Sonal,
Dr.
one
Surjit.
question.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah,
So
I just wanted. What do you mean by mini marshals? What is their responsibility? Mini marshals.
So at least someone noticed it. I thought no one noticed it. So thank you so much for noticing
No.
mini marshals. Okay.
Yeah.
So while I'm just going to explain this, I will request one thing. I'm going to just share a Facebook page, the group page, the community page of our ICanCaRe. I would request everyone who is present,
Okay.
please click on that and just join the Facebook page so that you will be get a lot of informations. I've just said that. So Satinder ji, mini marshals are basically school students, right? Or the young students. who like we being the marshals, like you all become the marshals, like Sonal is a marshals. So we have got the responsibilities, we have got a lot of things that we can do for the society. We have got a little higher education, a little more capabilities. Mini marshals are like the school students, those who are trained for themselves, and also they influence the students or their colleagues, right? जो हमारा सबसे पहला जो important step है, that is be smart, do not start. जागरूक रहे, प्रारंभ ना करें, right? So we reach out to the schools where we do a sensitization program in a mass level. But from that mass level school people, school children, some of the they want to do more for themselves, schools, for their home. So we train them, the school students, we train them as mini marshals. Right. So that is the mini marshals who are little younger and school students, or maybe up to class 12. And we train them as mini marshals so that they can take their means for themselves as well as for the colleagues and for their home. They can become the influencers.
So your foundation will be training them. Your foundation will be training them.
Yes, this is another very important thing that you have said. Look, the purpose of creating tobacco marshals is to create a chain of people who can do things at their own level. Like when we created this tobacco marshals in 310, now every tobacco marshals has done some other activity in their own place, maybe in the schools, maybe in the society, maybe somewhere, which we could see in the video, that a lot of. So the idea of creating tobacco marshals, मैं एक simple सा चीज मैं बताऊंगा. Dr. Satinder, you are also doctor, I am also doctor. We do a lot of social activities in the society. Like I did in the year 2004, every year, every Sunday, I have done a program. I used to go to some place somewhere, or maybe weekly program was there. So I did 54 programs in 1 year, right? Beyond that, probably it is not possible, or it may be very not right. So I did 54 programs in 1 year. And how many people I could reach? Let us say there were 100 people in in every program. So how many people I could reach? 5,400 people. Now I created tobacco marshals. Approximately we created, and like in World No Tobacco Day, I would be able to do 2 programs or 3 programs. That is the one day when we have to do such programs, World No Tobacco Day. By creating 300 tobacco marshals, internal tobacco marshals, 300 tobacco marshals, we did approximately 28 programs in 1 day. 28 programs in 1 day, reaching out to schools. So just imagine in 1 day, we could reach to more than 5,000, which I could reach in 1 year. Right? So in 1 day, we could reach out. So this is the networking system that we want to say, that when we will empower you to train these mini marshals, we will empower you to give you the methodologies, give you the system. See, just talking will not be enough. We have to showcase them. So that is where we will help you, so that you in turn are empowered to take this thing into the society, right? In your school, like you already are having a school. So creating some teachers as tobacco marshals in your school. So this is one thing that we are doing with the CBSE. Like we have already spoken to them, like every CBSE schools will have 4 tobacco marshals. That is 1:200 ka ratio mein. For every 200 students, 1 tobacco marshals would be required, right? So creating or explaining the teachers, training them to become tobacco marshals. Tobacco marshals mein kya hota hai ki we are helping them to how to talk to them, how to communicate with them, just means how to handhold them. What are the methodologies? Like recently, you will know that vaping has become a very important thing in the society, right? And a lot of our tobacco marshals were not aware about these vaping devices, right? The
What is vaping?
E-cigarettes.
What is
yes,
vaping?
So now we have got
e-cigarettes.
Vaping,
e-cigarettes. Another name. Okay.
Yeah, so these are also very, very harmful things which are now being done everywhere. So we have to, as tobacco marshals, we are aware, and we regularly update through various programs. We will keep on updating things with you, right? I hope this helps. Was it?
Yes. Dr.
So
Satinder?
I'm again going to share in the chat box the
मैं एक
community page.
डॉक्टर पवन गुप्ता जी, एक मिनट।
हाँ जी।
डॉक्टर सतिंदर जी, कितनी ही चीजें हमें पता नहीं थी, कितनी चीजें हमें पता नहीं थी जो हमें मार्शल्स बन के पता चली। हम ये सोचते थे कि बस इतना ही कहना बच्चों को कि सिगरेट पीना गलत है या सिगरेट इज इंजूरियस टू हेल्थ, इतना ही काफी है। लेकिन हमें बहुत सारी चीजों का पता चला आफ्टर बिकमिंग अ मार्शल। इतना मैं बस कहना चाहूंगी, जब आप बनेंगे मार्शल तो यू विल बी एम्पावर्ड विथ सो मेनी थिंग्स, विथ मतलब इतनी नॉलेज आपको मिलेगी कि आप कहोगे वाकई में इट्स अ ब्यूटिफुल कोर्स एंड एवरी women should become a tobacco marshal. They are the influencers of the society.
Yeah. So right now, what I would just request, we have got a lot of presidents here from 307 district 307. If you can come forward and say something, it would be great. Presidents, I can see a lot of presidents here. Paramjit Kaur ji, president.
Leena Chandwani, Paramjit Kaur. Anyone?
Yeah, please. Yeah, please come forward. So what do you think about
Dr. Sahab, I have one question from you.
Yeah, sure.
I've seen all the program now. What is the procedure to become a marshal? How can I become a tobacco marshal? I want to become one. I'm really interested in this program. So I was just finding it very interesting, but I said, how can I enter into this whole procedure of becoming a marshal?
Yeah. So it's very easy. So what we do is basically, as I said, there are 4 steps. One is that you have to enroll yourself. So we'll be sending you the enrollment form, right? So once you get enrolled, then there will be a training program, right? It's a 2 days training program where it takes around 4 to 6 hours, between 4 to 6 hours of training program on 2 days, because we'll be doing it online with you. So it will be 2 days on maybe on consecutive days, or maybe as per the Dr. Satinder's availability, we will make it on 2 days. So enrollment, training, followed by certification, and then we give you all the materials like the cap, the batches, and everything we will give you, provide you with that. So now you'll be trained with that. So it's a very easy thing. And what we have also done is, as I said, each one nominate one is the special scheme that Sonal ma'am introduced for INNERWHEEL. So you will be given the option of nominating another person, and you get a good cashback of 700 rupees.
Thank you so much.
Sonal.
So really, we look forward for many more people from your club also to join into this program.
Sonal, rallies भी कर सकते हैं, rallies भी कर सकते हैं. We can arrange rallies. INNERWHEEL जैसे कार रैली करते हैं, सब बाइसिकल रैली करते हैं. You can arrange rallies.
नहीं, वो तो हम करेंगे, कार रैलीज वगैरह तो हम कर ही रहे हैं, लेकिन
वही मैं कह रहे हैं, हम कर रहे हैं ना,
उसमें हम ट्रेन नहीं हो रहे ना. We are not getting empowered. We are not getting the right knowledge.
That is what Dr. Gupta is saying. कि वो they will train us, they will train you. हम तो आधे trained ही है, doctors फिर भी करेंगे, बाकी को trained करेंगे. Don't worry.
Dr. Nancy, Dr. Nancy, I agree to that.
Yes,
so there are, once we are trained, once we are available, we have to go out to the society. So this rally is one of the methodologies where we can go out to the society. There are painting competition, like we did the mimes competition, where we had almost like 200 people taking part. So there are various methodologies. We can always discuss that. What I would suggest with you, Dr. Nancy, so that you have already said that you are half trained, to get fully trained. So that would be very important. Because without full train, वो बोलते हैं ना, आधा ट्रेनिंग तो ज्यादा खतरनाक है.
सर आपकी जैसी ट्रेनिंग नहीं ना, इसलिए मैं कह रहे हैं we are half trained.
Yeah, that's exactly. So for you, it is the certified tobacco cessation course, that is the CTCS course, which will be the most optimum course for you, right? By which you can train, because you will also become a tobacco marshal trainer by that, tutors. So it will be very important that you take up the CTCS course rather than just taking the tobacco marshal course.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
So when will this course start?
Yeah, so once we have got the registrations, every month we have got these programs. So in one particular month, we had actually 3 programs in one go, because Sonal ji said that I have to reach 1000 target. So we had a lot of people joining this, getting registered, enrolled. So we will roll out this program immediately, and we will start sending out. I think through Sonal ma'am, we will send out the links how we can enroll online. Now we have made it all automated and online system, right? It will be very easy to enroll. So before it becomes too late, let me ask everyone to please switch on your camera so that we can take a picture. Please, everyone, Rasnit Aluwalia. And we have got many more, someone else who would like to say something. We'll definitely look forward.
No,
we have got a lot of people. Yeah. So please switch on your camera. We have got one male member also here. I'm so glad that beyond me, at least there is another male member here.
He's a Rotarian.
Excuse me, sir.
Murgu Sen, sir.
Rotarian.
Excuse me, sir. Do we have to pay something for this course? Or is it free of cost?
Manmohanji, yes, there is a small amount to that because we have to maintain our system. But Sonalji has made it almost 50% the cost. So actually, it is 1,450 rupees. But once you nominate someone, you are getting 700 rupees. You are getting a cashback. So that means you are paying only 750 rupees.
Thank you.
Is it okay? Is it appropriate?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, Manmohan.
Good evening, Dr. Pawan.
सर नॉमिनेट करना मतलब जस्ट रेकमेंड करना किसी का नाम आपको?
नहीं, रिकमेंड नहीं करना, नॉमिनेट करना मतलब आपका जो दूसरा जो कैंडिडेट है जिसको नॉमिनेट करेंगे, they should also register. Once they register, so what will happen is automatically there will be a cashback of 700 rupees to your account. We have got from Jammu, we have got Jyoti Vaid. Yeah, we welcome you, Jyoti ji. So please.
Yeah, good evening. ये जो दोस्ता nominate करना है, we have to nominate. It's on another form or same form. You can send her name.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
You have to register.
You register. You nominate in the same form. So what happens is the other person, other person will fill another form. It is not the same. The other person who are nominated.
I have to nominate the name and she will register herself in another form.
It's like a chain will go on.
Chain.
Yes, like a chain. It will go.
Then she can nominate another one.
Yes, yes.
So I think so.
And I want to congratulate Sonal and for this wonderful campaign. And I want to be Marshal. I will register and nominate also.
I want to ask something. Acha, sir, one thing.
Okay.
Can we start before training also? Can we start the campaign in schools or somewhere with our help of doctors? Our cancer specialist doctor is there, Dr. Geeta Reddy. Can we do some program? Or you want us to first finish the training?
I would see doctors are there. They can definitely go and talk. But my personal, what I feel, I have been a doctor and I'm still a doctor, I believe. Okay. So let me tell you one thing. How much time does a doctor have to go ahead and do a school program? He will do 1 program, 2 programs, 3 programs, right?
Yes.
But you as Leena Chandwani, tobacco marshal, can do this program yourself. You don't need a doctor.
Okay.
Once you are trained, once you are equipped, you will do this program yourself. And if you are doing this program, and if you have got 10 members from your club doing this program, and they can reach out to 10 schools at a time. If you want to do something for the society, get yourself trained. We will give you the PPTs. You will get everything. You do it yourself. Don't wait for the doctors. Don't depend on doctors. Doctors के लिए तब depend कीजिए. Once trained as a tobacco association specialist, and once they're trained as specialist, you help them, like some patients who want to quit tobacco, send those patients to that doctor, right?
Okay.
So that this patient will get some help.
सोनल जी के लिए मैंने एक बात बोलनी थी, बोल दो?
जी मैम बिल्कुल।
आपकी स्माइल ने, आपकी मुस्कुराहट ने हमारे होश उड़ा दिए। सोनल भाटिया, हम होश में आने ही लगे थे कि आप फिर मुस्कुरा दिए। Okay. Now
Dr.
over
Gupta,
to
thank you so
Mona
much
Suri,
for giving
District
us
Secretary for
such
vote
a
of
long time. Long time. Thank you so much, Dr. Gupta.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Dr. Satinder. Thank you, Dr.
Okay.
Satinder. Good evening, friends. INNERWHEEL is unstoppable. Let us go on increasing the horizon of our knowledge. First of all, I would like to thank our Honorable District Chairman, Dr. Satinder Nijjar, for arranging this wonderful Zoom workshop. I'm sure everyone attended this workshop has grabbed lots of information about women can indeed become a tobacco marshal to save the youth. My hearty thanks to our Honorable Chief Guest, Association President Dr. Surjit Kaur, for affording her valuable time for us and promoting these type of workshops, which really help the society as a whole. My gratitude to AC member of District 310, Mrs. Sonal Bhatia, a very promising and pleasing personality, for accepting our offer as the guest of honor and being the part of this workshop. I must congratulate her for doing the wonders and creating 1,000 marshals. I would like to pay my gratitude to Dr. Pawan Gupta for sparing his precious time to enlighten us with all this information regarding the topic. It was indeed very educative to promote health and awareness. INNERWHEEL District 307 is highly obliged to the ICanCaRe organization and MOC, Mrs. Shruti Agarwal. 3 cheers for the host club members and president of Batala Club, Leena Chandwani, for all the sincere efforts. Now, I would also like to thank my fellow executive members, our worthy PDCs, all the club executives and club members for being so cooperative. Thanks to all. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all the batchmates of Dr. Satinder Nijjar for joining us in this campaign. Mrs. Rita Jha, Dr. Vinuta Harsh, Renu Agarwal, Shri Madhavi, Devi, Leena Chandwani, and Veena, Swamy, the past national editor. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I think that we had a lovely time all together. The forum is still open if anybody would like to say something.
Yeah, we had guests from the other districts also, 315, 301. So our happiest thanks to Nilima and all other presidents and all the members who were there from other districts. Happiest thanks to them.
Nilima is also a tobacco marshal, by the way. From Nilima, tobacco marshal. Nilima, you want to say something as a tobacco marshal?
Thank you. First of all, Namaste, Dr. Satinder ji. And thank you, Sonal ma'am. मैं 3 months से सोनल मैम के साथ जुड़ी हुई हूँ डिस्ट्रिक्ट 315 से विद द हेल्प ऑफ माय डीसी लीला चंदवानी जी। मैंने अपने क्लब में अभी तक 7 मार्शल्स रेडी किए हैं। अगस्त सितंबर के 2 बैचेस हमारे हो चुके हैं और फर्दर और भी मेंबर्स अभी रेडी होने को तैयार बैठे हैं। दे आर वेटिंग फॉर आवर नेक्स्ट बैच एंड लिटरली मैम हमारी जो मार्शल्स रेडी हुई हैं वो इतनी ज्यादा उन लोगों को अंदर से ना एक शक्ति सी आ जाती है, जैसे उनको बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। उनको ऐसा लग रहा है कि उनको कुछ नया कुछ सीखने को मिला और पावर आ गई है पब्लिक स्पीकिंग के लिए भी और पर्सनली भी उनको ऐसा लगता है। मेन तो फर्स्ट उनका ये होता है कि अपने बच्चों और हस्बैंड के साथ कैसे डील करें। तो ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम्स के बाद उनको बहुत ही अच्छा लग रहा है और वो और भी मेंबर्स को और भी बच्चों को आगे ट्रेन कर रही हैं। मेरे बैच में डॉक्टर्स हैं, डेंटिस्ट हैं और टीचर्स हैं। स्पेशली टीचिंग प्रोफेशन से रिलेटेड जो मेंबर्स हैं मेरे क्लब के, उन्होंने ये कोर्स किया है और सभी बहुत खुश हैं और वो आगे भी करना चाहती हैं। एंड आई मतलब हार्टली थैंक्स टू सोनल मैडम जिन्होंने हमको ये मोटिवेट किया और आगे भी मुझे सिखा रही है कैसे करना है। मुझे तो बहुत हूँ लेकिन स्टिल अपने आप को ऐसा लगता है कि कुछ सीखा है, कुछ कर रहे हैं हम लोग। तो एक नई दिशा की तरफ इनरव्हील जा रहा है. थैंक यू मैम.
Thank you so much, Nilima ji.
Hello. Good
Yeah,
evening
yeah.
to all.
Hello, Rita ji.
Good evening. Good evening to all. I am
Hi,
Dr.
Rita. Hi.
Hi. Hello. Hi, Satinder. I am Dr. Rita
Hi,
Jha
hi.
from INNERWHEEL District 325, District Chairman. Actually, Sonal Bhatia was telling me about this tobacco marshals. So I was interested to know about it. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah. So I was interested to know how about to go about to become a marshal. If you could then, just explain that to me. I'm sorry I joined late. I had a class, online class.
Yeah. So, Rita ji, it's so nice to know that you are also a doctor. So this year,
I'm a doctorate, PhD.
Achha, you are a doctorate.
And my forte is biology. So,
oh, great,
yeah.
great. So you are in which biology? You are a teacher in the?
Yes. I am a teacher with 37 years of experience. So interested in that. And since I'm also, I would also like to motivate my district, to become tobacco marshals. So I would like to.
Yeah. So one thing that I can suggest right now, of course, with Sonal ma'am's permission, that key, like what we have just done a program with all the presidents of 307 district 307.
Okay. Yes.
We can arrange such a similar program with all the presidents of your district.
Oh, that will be nice. Okay.
So that everyone is aware, and we can showcase what is tobacco marshals, why it is so important for being a tobacco marshal. See, the first and foremost important thing is that do I really need to be a tobacco marshal?
Okay, right.
Why should one become a tobacco marshal? What should be the reason why? What can be the responsibility of after becoming a tobacco marshal? So to understand that, I think just joining tobacco marshal is not enough. That is not what I'm looking for. But becoming a tobacco marshal, getting empowered and doing something for the society. This is what we are looking for.
Okay.
Right? So I would suggest that we can arrange. You can get in touch with Sonal ma'am. She is the leader.
Sure. I will. So definitely, I will.
We can arrange one such a program. And
yes.
And we can have a discussion.
We will definitely look into your availability, and we will try and get one program in our district also. Thank you so much.
Rita, you are an educationist.
Hello. Yes, I'm an
educationist. You can motivate so many.
Yes. Actually, that day I was talking to Sonal and I got motivated. So nice of Sonal to tell me to join because I was in a class. So nice of her to tell me to join. Thank you.
Should
Thank you so much.
join the meeting now? Anything else left? So I adjourned the meeting. Thank you very much. Thanks everyone for joining.
Thank you, Satinder.
I adjourned the meeting.
Thank you for getting me into the meeting.
Thank you so much once again, everyone. Have a great evening ahead, and join forces together to be marshals and take the campaign ahead in our districts and our regions together. Have a great time. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you so much.
Shruti, you are a fireball. You are a fireball. You have such a control on the language, especially your Hindi. I am really impressed by your Hindi
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's all your blessings, I must say. Thank you so much.
Yeah, really impressed. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am, once again. Thank you for the kind words.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great time. I'll close the meeting. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.